Hi everyone, I'm Mike, Head of Growth at Longitude 73, and thanks for joining us for today's local brew. Today we're talking about how big brands can follow the example of those that came before them to reconnect and drive business. You see, once upon a time, all shops and service providers were local. They were present in town, knowledgeable about their specialty, and personal in their customer service. You could call those the good old days. Then came big chain stores. After that, e-commerce. Now little mobile computers in the palm of your hand make it easy to find anything, anytime. Local stores have dwindled, and now even the biggest chains are being challenged. We're living in the age of Amazon. But let's think about what made that local guy special in the first place. Because this is at the very heart of what should be today's smart digital marketing strategy. I'll use my neighborhood hardware store as an example. At one point, he became an Ace Hardware franchise, but a year or two later wrestled back his independence. His store is the picture of chaos. I mean, a total mess. But it doesn't matter because he knows where everything is and always has what I need. If I don't know what I'm looking for, but I can kind of articulate my project, he'll make suggestions and provide a ton of helpful guidance. His little store could fit 50 times over in one of the big box joints, yet it competes on a whole different level. He's not just surviving in these dodgy economic times, he's thriving because he's local, he's knowledgeable, and he's valuable. And in today's digital parlance, he's hyperlocal. Whether your business is a big brand, e-commerce brand, or a combination of both, what can my local hardware guy teach you? Well, let's start with what your definition of local is. If you think that running a simple geo-targeted ad campaign translates as deeply connecting, you're off base. Sure, you may get a little bit of action somewhere in the vicinity of 1 to 2% click rates for as long as you keep funding that campaign. But once you stop, crickets. Think of it like staying at a rental property. Once your vacation ends, you pack up, you leave, that's it. Next time you run another campaign, you'll be spending that first dollar all over again to reach many of the same people as the first time. This seems inefficient and wasteful. So what do? Well, no matter if yours is a brick and mortar model or e-commerce, act like you have locations in any of the places that are relevant to your business. Here are a few examples on how to do that. First, let's stick with the hardware store example. Say your brick and mortar business is running an online ad about spring cleanup in some local town in New England. Offer some helpful tips and resources specific to that area and the season. When someone clicks, they'll find relevant content about clearing out remaining leaves, repairing damage from snow dams, things that a local resident would be familiar with. Remember, keep the content as specific to that area as you can. This kind of geo-local focus demonstrates your expertise and understanding of what customers in that area are needing now. Each of these friendly guides should be connected to the materials, services, tools, and even educational workshops and other items that might be needed. Then make it easy for them to purchase by highlighting the fact that they can be picked up at the store on Main Street or ordered online with just a click. This kind of contextual marketing makes it a no-brainer for customers to turn to your expertise, just like I do with my trusty hardware guy. How about an outdoor outfitter? Another good example of potentially an e-commerce business delivering a robust local connection. Maybe someone clicks on an activity like fly fishing, and they find helpful information on great local spots, resources about local permits that might be needed, fish stocking areas and timing, and the like. They throw in some how-to videos and gear checklists, and now the customer's getting not only inspired to go fishing, but conveniently enough, all the necessary gear they need is right there for purchase, online or in store. Again, we're talking about contextual marketing, making content specific to an area, thus making it far more relevant. And you can do the same. Third, nonprofits. They also need to connect at the local level, from beneficiary to volunteer or a potential donor. Think about how to deliver a local experience. Too many nonprofits have become so big that they risk losing the connection to those they serve. People care deeply about the resources, events, and other information specific to their community. Your nonprofit should be about them, in their city or town. How can you deliver that message from volunteer to donor to beneficiary? Think of your marketing in those terms. Each of these examples demonstrates empathy and relevance to a particular location and the people that live there. They deliver service, ease of utility, and thus real value to that audience. Your business becomes a resource to return to again and again, unlike the temporary ad flight we mentioned that puts you back at square one every single time. Plus, you can keep expanding that local connection through fresh content, products, and recommendations. Again, think like my hardware store. Be local, be valuable, be knowledgeable. We're experts at helping large-scale companies create, sustain, and monetize location-based digital presences in any and every single town anywhere. One example of our fast-growing client list: we implemented, currently manage, and host 29,512 city and town location pages for a national organization boasting 38 million members. Those pages address different, subtle needs of each community involved. That's what we call effective local reach. Let us show you how you can hang your shingle literally everywhere you need or want to reach, and how to deliver a robust, knowledgeable, and above all, local experience that will drive ongoing engagement. Reach out to us and see what we can do to help. Thanks.